Hey guys, Bassy here. Just wanting to bring you a guide on all four swords. What you want to do first is get to round 10. Once you get to round 10, a zombie wearing a knight helmet will spawn. You can kill him and he's going to drop this stamp. You'll want to pick that up and take it to the dining hall. Once you're at the dining hall, you want to go to the stag statue, interact with it, and take the stag sword. Once you have the stag sword, you can work on obtaining the 3 lightning rods. The first one is obtained from this electrical box. You can use a shock charge like shown, or you can use dead wire on your gun to obtain it. The second one is going to be right beside Deadshot Daiquiri to the left of spawn. It's going to be sitting there. It's not going to be highlighted, so you're going to have to walk up and interact. The third one is obtained from an armored zombie you can find after getting the sword and entering the quick revive / dungeon room where craft is located. Once you kill the zombie, he's going to drop the lightning rod on the ground and you're just going to want to pick that up. I recommend getting the first 2 lightning rods as early into your game as you can. Once all 3 lightning rods are obtained, you can go to this little urn right beside the entrance to the castle and right beside Elemental Pop. A little storm is going to spawn and you're just going to want to run around and survive. Purple-eyed zombies and vermin are going to spawn during this. You don't have to kill them. I'm just choosing to for practically no reason. Eventually, as you can see now, the sword will get struck by lightning, and you just want to melee the urn or lectern whenever your sword is electrified. You want to do this 3 times. Once you hit the urn for a 3rd time, you're going to interact and place your sword inside of it. After a while, the stag lightning sword will appear and it will already be fully charged, so you'll be able to use its special ability right off the bat. Right here you can see I get my 3rd charge, so I hit the urn, insert my sword. I sit there waiting for a bit because I forgot how long it takes. I go down to 100 HP, decide I should probably kill all the remaining enemies before actually picking up the sword. And that is how you get the lightning sword. Once you actually have the lightning sword, you can start working on obtaining its incantation. What you want to do is go to the barn by Deadshot and shoot this horseshoe. On the ground, it'll be called Otto's Horseshoe. You can do this extremely early into the game. As you see, it's round 4 right there. I don't go around to upgrading it until round 7, but what you want to do is, as soon as you have that first horseshoe, interact with the little cannon, get shot right back to spawn. You'll see a burst of lightning on your screen, and in spawn you're going to want to look up for a lightning cloud. On the ground right there you can see is Pegasus Horseshoe. Once you have Pegasus Horseshoe, you can run back to spawn. Right by this stone door will be a yellow glyph on the ground. All you want to do is interact with it. You'll place the horseshoe and zombies will start to spawn. You can kill these zombies with anything, it doesn't matter. You'll know the soul box is filled whenever there is a burst coming out from that horseshoe and a chest rises from the ground. To actually open this chest, you just want to take your lightning sword and melee it. This incantation actually works just like the dead wire ammo mod, as you can see, This incantation works very well against amalgams. Up next is the Raven or Dark Sword. What you want to do is the exact same thing you did to obtain the Stag Sword. You want to get a stamp and then interact with your statue. Once you have the Raven Sword, you're going to want to come into this alchemy room right beside the dining hall, and you're going to want to find a antiquity somewhere in the room. Right now, I have the horn. Once you have your antiquity, head under spawn and interact with this twice. One to place the antiquity and one to use your sword. Up on screen is going to be a photo of all the possible combinations you can use with your antiquity in case you didn't get the one I currently have. You can go ahead and screenshot that if you want. Once you have the correct combination, a little purple portal should spawn, and purple mystic orbs are going to spawn from your antiquity. What you want to do is those orbs are going to follow you. Just lure them into the dark portal as I'm doing right now. It's going to be 3 orbs per portal, and there's going to be 3 portals in total. So one spawn will be downstairs, one will be on this first floor right here, and then the last one will be upstairs by the pool table. I recommend saving a zombie for this, as doing this during the round can get hectic. I just save one zombie right here to make my life a bit easier. If you do run into these orbs, you won't take damage, but they will explode and you will have to wait on newer ones. The Raven or Dark Sword, whatever you would like to call it, is probably one of the easier swords to obtain out of all 4 elemental swords. I typically go for this one first, mainly because of the little raven and the fact that it looks pretty cool. Once you've completed that 3rd portal, it will start heading back downstairs, as you can see on the screen now. Once it gets to the antiquity, just interact with it again. It will open a portal and it will place your sword into what I assume is the dark ether, and out will come the dark sword. Once you have the dark sword, you're going to want to go to this sewer or cave trap near Pack-a-Punch. Near the very end of it will be a raven that I shoot, as you can see on screen. It's going to start flying around. Just shoot it again, and it will start dropping something. It's going to drop a talon, which is similar to the horseshoe for the lightning sword. So once you pick up that talon, you're going to want to head downstairs into this little water area, and you're going to see the yellow glyph of a raven. And this time, you're going to want to kill zombies all over again, except now they're being shadow rifted in instead of lightning striking the ground. You can use the arc incantations during this, or any other. Right there you can see the sword's special ability, which is to create like a Casimir. And once the chest is risen from the ground, you can melee it to get the dark incantation. Up next is the light sword. This one is extremely easy to obtain. So once you have the lion / light sword, 4 glowing parasites will spawn, as you can see. What you want to do is lure all 4 of these parasites to a specific door by Speed Cola. So if you follow the path I do from the dining hall, you're going to see the 4 parasites following or even spawning again. Once you kill one, your sword will glow, and you need to run up to this door and melee it. You want to do this 4 total times. It's extremely easy to do. Of course, there's a vermin there, and I can just not hit flying things with my sword. As you can see, I whiffed 3 total times. Once you have all 4 glowing symbols on the door, you're going to want to interact with it, which will teleport you into a special room. And in this room, there's going to be a pedestal at the end that you can interact with, which will place your sword inside of it and spawn 4 symbols. On the pedestal is the order that you need to shoot these symbols. So the first one will be like a bullseye, as you can see, like a dartboard, I guess. The second one is going to be a star or asterisk. The third one is going to be a triangle. And the fourth one is going to be a Pokeball. Zombies will also spawn in this room occasionally, and if you fail, once you shoot all 4, you can interact with your sword and pick up the light one. Just like the lightning and the dark sword, there is also a medallion for the light one. To start working on it in the dining hall, there's going to be these red crystals that you kind of need to angle yourself to shoot them. You can see the best angle for it, as there's going to be a little glowing orange spot on one part of the crystal. So like right there, I can't see it, but on this side, you can see that little orange spot is a bit more prominent. I do recommend doing this one as well with only one zombie, as trying to get the correct angle for some of these can be a little tough, as even if you do angle it correctly, sometimes it can just not work. Like right there, you can see I shoot the spot that you're supposed to, but it still doesn't work. So I have to just shoot this thing, and eventually it decides that it actually wants to connect. Once all beams are connected, and you can tell if they're connected by the solid red beam, what you're going to want to do is pick up this little brooch. I honestly don't know what that is. And right outside in the dining hall will be the ritual area for the light sword, just like the raven and the stag. So you can interact with it, and like how the lightning spawned enemies with lightning and the raven spawned enemies with shadows, this one will spawn it with little light beams, creating a little show. Right here you can see the light sword's unique ability. This might be the best ability out of all 4, as it will fully heal you, restore all armor you've lost, and insta-kill, I think, almost every zombie except amalgams. And for the final sword, we have the solar or fire sword. So once you obtain it, run up to this dragon right beside Juggernog, and I don't show it, but above the dragon's head is 3 red glowing dots, which will be 3 glowing braziers, little dragon braziers. Interact with these and you will light yourself on fire. What you want to do is run all the way back to the dragon, interact with it, and you will place the fire in the dragon statue. During this whole process, zombies will spawn, and the fire will also be slowly taking down your health. What you can do is melee the zombies while you're running, and you will actually heal yourself during this, allowing for an easier time to deposit the fire. For the brazier up top and the one right beside Deadshot, I recommend taking the Deadshot path as it's the closest one. The third one is directly in spawn, but more so on the right side. So I recommend taking the right path with Speed Cola to get this one done. As you can see, the brazier is right there, and this will be the third and final one. So you can follow the path I do, melee the zombies I do, or not. I think you can make it up to the statue in time. I don't remember. I think you have 5 HP when you do. But once you do that third one, the sword will be lit on fire and you will have the fire sword. To get the fire medallion, you want to bring 2 Molotovs or 3, it doesn't matter, and light 3 bonfires. So the first one is right there, as you can see. It will spawn a bunch of enemies with little flame balls that it shoots out. The second one is closer to Speed Cola. I'm just building up a small gap. I recommend opening this door to make it a bit easier so you don't have to jump. There's the second one. Honestly, I thought I might have died right there because of that little area. The third one is going to be right there above the entrance. You can use the flame swords special ability to light it, but once it spawns all those enemies, all 3 bonfires will collectively shoot a single one together, as you can see right now, and that is actually going to spawn a doppelgast. You want to kill this doppelgast. I recommend using a light mend weapon for it, as it absolutely nukes them, as you can see. He is going to drop Ra's ink, and if the zombies could move, I'm going to pick it up, and you can actually just take it right here, which will show the glyph on the ground of the dragon. Interact with it, and you will just have to kill zombies like the other 3 trials. Once this 4th one is done, you should have all 4 swords and incantations. I hope this video was helpful. Make sure to check out my other videos, and if you guys enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe. I'll be seeing you guys later. Bye bye.